So I had a job interview at 1 today. So I got up at 8 o'clock this morning, so I had time to do my hair, my makeup, and all bring in all my performance records from my last jobs. Because this is a pretty high paying job that I kind of need, right? Anyway, so I couldn't find my performance records in my office, in my home office. I went through my whole office, I tore it apart. I couldn't find any of my office clothes, my job interview clothes. I tried to print new records out for the little bit of stuff I have electronic filed saved. My printer jammed, and then it kept telling me to close the scanner. The scanner was closed. I tried the printer 4 times. It didn't work. Finally found my office clothes. Finally found the paperwork. They were completely weird, different parts of the house. I don't know how they got there. So I was all geared up, ready to go. Called an Uber and left. Get in the Uber, start talking to the lady driving, or not the Uber, Lyft, actually, because I don't use Uber, I just use Lyft. Get in the Lyft, start talking to the lady who's driving, trying to get out all my nervous energy before the interview. She's like, oh, you have a good day, I had a really fun riding with you, me too. I shut the door, I immediately start yelling, waving my hands, and chasing her, because I realized I left all my papers in the car. And I literally had a stack of awards this thick in there that I told the lady that was interviewing me that I would bring in. So I chased this Lyft through this long ass, like a long parking lot, and she stops for a moment, and I think that I'm going to actually be able to catch her on foot, but she starts going again, and I'm waving wildly. There are pedestrians trying to wave her down in front of her for me, because they can see me freaking out. But she's gone. So I'm like, okay, well, let me just go in the Lyft app and tell her that she has my papers and stuff, because if I can't bring them into this interview, at least I can make copies of them and email them to the lady after the interview, you know. So I look in my purse, and there's no fucking phone in there. That was also in the cab. So I looked down at my watch, and my job interview starts in 5 minutes. So I'm like, well, fuck it, let's just go do this thing. What else am I going to do? I can't find the suite. I know I'm supposed to go to suite 110. I can't find suite 110 anywhere. Finally just go in suite 10, and I'm like, hey, I'm lost. And they're like, yeah, we don't know what you were. Yeah, this is suite 10. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but the person who's interviewing me walks in and sees me confused, and it's like, oh, hey, you're looking for me. Let's go. So I do my interview, and then we get to the part where she's like, well, do you have any questions for me? And all of a sudden, I'm thrown back into reality, and all I can think about is the fact that I'm stranded in North Sacramento, and what is the weather even like today? A million degrees? I have no idea. It's summer in Sacramento, so let's see what the weather is like right now. Yeah, it's 90 degrees outside. So, I'm obviously in office clothes. You can't tell, but this is 2 layers of black. It's polyester with fucking lace on top of it, and I have black slacks on, and my hair is down. I didn't put it up or anything smart like that. I haven't eaten all day. I have nothing in my purse except for half a bottle of water. I had explained to the lady that I left stuff in the car, but she didn't really understand that I had taken an Uber. I was like, oh yeah, my husband has my car. He said, I always say husband, fiance, what the fuck ever. My husband has my car. He's getting it detailed, but really, my husband always takes my car to work because I fucking hate to drive. Anyway, just lived everywhere. So she wasn't really understanding that, I was stranded. So she just kind of sent me out the door, and I didn't want to be like, hey, actually, blah, 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 blah. So my dumb ass just left. So I was like, well, I'll find a gas station. I think we're in a big city, right? Like, no, I'm in an industrial park. Like, there's nothing but power plants and huge office buildings. I walked for 2 miles until I finally found a fucking cop. which I'm terrified of cops, I'm gonna be honest with you, so I didn't really want to talk to one, but I was crying at this point, because, let's face it, I was upset. So I asked the cop if I can use his phone. He can't log into Lyft. He doesn't have Facebook on his phone. I don't fucking know. Finally, the cop calls me a taxi, and I had to sit in the heat and wait for like almost an hour for the taxi that the cop called, and spend 40 fucking bucks to come back home when Lyft was literally $11. So yesterday was July 4th. I did not drink. I went to a big party, and everyone else was playing beer pong and drinking hurricanes and having fun, and I did not do that because I had an interview today, and I got invited to a bunch of all-night ragers over the weekend for the holiday weekend, which I did not go to because I really wanted to do well at this job interview today, and instead I just probably wasted a lot of money and everyone's fucking time. So if you're having a bad day, me fucking too. So I'm sorry.